today. I am here with a project for Sweet Sentiment stamps, and I will be completing a scrapbook layout using a large embellishment cluster that I created last week to showcase the Sweet Sentiment stamp called You People. Now, I love these stamps, so they can be really snarky or they can be really sweet. But when I saw the stamp set and the deer on it, I knew exactly which photo I needed to scrapbook and what I needed to journal about. So creating a large cluster like this ahead of time makes your scrapbook process super easy. So once I had the embellishment cluster completed, the only thing left to do was pick my background papers and some enamel dots, a title, and do some splattering, and that was pretty much it, aside from my journaling. So super quick, super easy, and the embellishment cluster is so appropriate for this scrapbook layout. So I've chosen some paper. That green wood grain on the bottom is actually like a vinyl paper, and it's got an adhesive backing on it. And then the wood grain on the top is from Simple Stories 6x8 wood grain paper. So I just pulled that together to form the focal point of the page. So the page itself is 12 by 12, but everything that I have on my page is limited into that, what is it, 10.5 by 10.5 or 10.5 by 11. No, it's probably closer to 8 by 11 area, 8 by 10 area. So it really focuses on the photo and the embellishment cluster. So to do my journaling, then all I had to do was choose my paper, and I cut a tag shape from my paper using my Creative Memories tag punch, and then decide on my journaling and get it all together. So I'm just going to place everything together. I'm going to join those two pieces of background paper. I'm going to distress the edges. Actually, I'm just going to ink them with some, I think is that vintage photo? I can't remember. And some green, which is, oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. Anyways, they're both distressings. I'm going to splatter, and then I'm going to take the brown and ink the edges of that white paper. And that's all that's needed on that white paper, and it's done. So I'll get that dry, and then I'm going to focus on putting that center piece all together. So I'm going to overlap the brown and the green, and I'm not concerned that they're both wood grain. I've got one going vertically, one going horizontally. To me, that's okay because my dad in the photo is sitting on the deck. The deck boards go one way, and the boards for the house go the other. So to me, it's quite all right. So there, I'm going to get that all inked up and look at the placement of my pages and get them everything. Now I do this a lot during this process. I put everything down, I move it around, I put it down again, then I decide to adhere my two pieces of paper together. I know that I want more of the brown than the green. I'm going to ink up those pages and get them ready to go. And yeah, so this stamp set is called You People. Now on the stamp set, there's the deer and there's a fox, and there's plenty of sentiments that are sentiment cirky. I went with the one that says "Oh dear," and you can see it on that embellishment cluster. Also in that embellishment cluster, I've included some printable embellishments from Nicole Jones 911 Designs. I'll have that linked below as well. I've used two 1-inch viewfinders as well as an arrow with words. So, and then of course I went through my embellishment containers and pulled out some greenery, and I've punched some, sprigs, and used the scraps from the background paper to make those little sprigs for the embellishment as well. I don't have a video on creating that embellishment cluster. If you'd like to see that, please let me know in the comments below. So I'm adding the sprigs to the embellishment cluster just to fill it out a little bit more. I'm going to get that down. And yeah, there's not a whole lot left, guys. Like I just need to finish my journaling and put down the title and add some enamel dots and some splattering. So my journaling says, Deer is always my mom's pet name for my dad. It sometimes causes trouble. Ask them about that and why there's an actual deer on this page. If you'd like an explanation about that story, please visit my blog at odetopaper.blogspot.ca. It's a funny story, not so much for the deer, I have to say, but you know, everybody was fine except for the deer. I'll get my journaling spot down there. I'm adding twine to the tag hole. I'm going to just curl it up there so that it is still an element on the page and it matches the burlap that's in the embellishment cluster. And I'm going to pull out some of these large alpha, like they're chipboard alphas. I only have one package, so I don't have multiples of the vowels or anything like that. And I believe this is an older scenic route set. So I will pick that out now. What I'm thinking is I'm going to cut it down and create an exclamation point, which I really don't like in the end. So I don't end up using it. I've wasted a letter, but I'm okay with that. So I decide where I'm going to put those letters, and I like it kind of overlapping the photo, but I still want all of it on the brown paper. So that's why I moved it around quite a bit. And I'm going to use my T-square ruler to make sure I get them nice and straight. I'm a huge fan of my T-square ruler. And I'm going to look at it. I do that quite a bit. I'll pick it up, look at it, make sure it looks straight. If I need to change it right away, I will. I've put my date down on my journaling tag. And the next step is enamel dots. So these enamel dots are from Gina Marie Designs. These enamel dots are fabulous. They come in several different sizes and you get so many on a sheet, but you also get different shades of the same color on the sheet, which I really, really like. I'm going to add some splattering with my old Tattered Angels iridescent gold. And yeah, that's it, guys. All done. It was so quick and fast. Thank you so much for joining me and have a great day. Bye-bye.